Okay, so not all cancer is the same, right? Like, there's different kinds of cancer. Some are easier to treat than others.
Yeah,
when it comes to
very different.
addiction, like, is there an easier addiction? Like, what's the one addiction that you don't want as a somebody who's working with somebody who's addicted? Like, you don't want a heroin addict.
Well,
or,
you don't want early polydrug. A kid somebody who becomes a polydrug addict by the time they're 17. That's going to be trouble.
Okay, is drugs harder than something like gambling or sex or
no? That stuff has its own challenges, but
alcohol.
Well, we used to always say, we just get a good old alcoholic. We like straight up alcoholic. But they can be just as challenging. People forget how dangerous that disease is.
Like, what's the easiest addiction to treat?
The easiest addiction to treat.
I'm trying to be more fun.
Yeah.
But if I get into some trouble, I want to know this can be treated.
Okay.
Probably. People are going to jump on me, but if you conceptualize process addiction, like video games, that kind of stuff, that stuff, usually if you treat depression or the psychiatric problems, usually that stuff settles down.
Yeah.
Sex addiction, different deal. Different thing. That's a time consumer to fix.
You remember the story, Ravi? One of the radio stations we worked for had a bowling party, like a Christmas party.
Right.
And I got so crazy. Like, I had such a great time at this party.
It's so fun.
You got hooked on bowling?
I did.
He did. He became a bowling
I joined a
addict.
league.
Yeah,
You just told me volumes about yourself.
I joined a league. I got like the wrist thing. I got my own shoes. I got 2 bowling
Not
balls in
one
a bag.
ball, but 2.
Yeah, I joined the league. I was
He was a 2-baller.
I was easily the youngest person in this league by 20 years.
Oh, yeah. This is awesome.
And I had the best time.
But this is not the first time you've done something like this.
No, I think
has
it's one
a
of
very
the only
addictive personality.
Right. You've done games or you've gotten
Something
preoccupied
that you
with
get
stuff.
into.
Yeah. You get into stuff.
Like, if you're
job.
into it,
You
you're
get momentum.
really
You get
into it.
momentum with
Yeah,
stuff.
like my job, I'm like completely I'm all in
Definitely
on my
committed
job.
to.
But I don't have like a gambling thing.
No,
or,
no.
I'm not suggesting you have pathology so much as
Right.
you have
I
this
became
personality
obsessed.
style. There you go.
I became obsessed with this. Like, somebody told me, have you heard of trypophobia?
Trypophobia.
Like the holes thing. Have you seen that?
What?
Like when
It's
people are
weird,
bothered by
Drew.
lotus pods and...
Lotus
You haven't
pods.
seen this?
No.
You haven't read anything
I
about
don't
this?
know.
Are we
I'm
telling something to Dr. Drew that you never heard of?
You can fill
It's
in the blank.
not recognized
I know,
by
but
the
plus,
psychiatric
Not only that, you can
community.
say fill in the blank phobia, and there's somebody that's got
Sure,
something
Yeah,
like
it's an
that.
internet thing, Drew. Don't
No,
worry
dude, I'm
about
serious.
it.
If you look this thing up, okay,
All right,
so
just show me the picture.
Can you just treat him in
these are
5
examples
seconds?
of trypophobia.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
holes. Okay?
Yeah.
He's afraid of him. He's scared.
People who have this phobia. No, I'm serious.
I know.
It gives you like an
Gives you,
anxiety.
like-
It makes
Makes
your
you
skin
crazy.
start to itch or whatever.
Yeah.
When
I
somebody
could
texts
see how that could happen pretty easily.
somebody. Anyway, so somebody texted in the radio station, and they said, "Whatever you do, don't Google image search trypophobia."
'cause you'll develop it.
And I did.
Yeah.
And I told these guys I was on,
There's something about that image that is pretty rough.
but I was
Yeah.
on that.
Because I've got a lot of OCD too, and so I could feel how that could catch
You
somebody.
think maybe OCD plays into it? I definitely have OCD.
Yeah. For sure.
That makes a
Very
little
much
sense.
so.
I'm
yeah.
desensitized to it now because I literally spent days just looking at these different
Well, it's
pictures.
interesting. Desensitization and exposure is probably how you treat
Yeah.
that. Yeah, interesting.
See, now,
you
Ravi-
treated yourself good.
Look.
Thank
Set
you.
up a treatment
That's right.
program.
Now, Ravi has an addiction to gambling.
I do.
Oh,
But
do you?
Yeah.
But
Hardcore.
she does
That's rough,
she does
man.
have a gambling problem,
Yeah.
which is
My problem is I'm not gambling right now.
Yeah.
It's like all
the problem.
my patients that go into the marijuana dispensaries to talk about their medical problems. And
Yeah.
they present with a marijuana deficiency. They don't have enough marijuana.
Yeah.
That's their problem.